Hello, I'm Only a Ghost, and welcome back to my Minecraft survival series. Last episode was a bit of a rough make. Pretty much anything that could have gone wrong went wrong, from lost footage to accidental audio deletion. It definitely could have been worse, but I made sure to take my time with this one. A couple things happened between episodes, though. While going on a quick mining session to restock on iron that I keep using for decorations in the mine we built last episode, I started recording because I heard a witch giggling and stomping around on amethyst. I found the geode, so I scored myself some new resources and I got myself one of these. I like the clicky sound. The other exciting thing that's happened since the last video is that I actually got lucky for once with a wandering trader who came out of the blue and destroyed my potatoes. Again. They were selling mangrove propagules for 5 emeralds. I happen to have 10, and I only bought one in case another trader shows up with something good like cactus for green dye. Do they even carry around cactus? It seems like it could be a hazard. I made sure there was at least one propagule ready to go on the tree before seeing him off. But that means we not only have a new wood type to work with, but we also get vines and mangrove roots and moss carpets. Alright, now that we're all caught up, in today's episode we're going to be building a mushroom enchanting tower. I'm very excited to show you what I've come up with. Just like the last couple of builds, I've gathered a chest full of materials, but before we get into the actual building part, I'm going to completely customize the terrain for this build. So let's get into a quick terraforming time lapse. And so, a hill appears. You might have seen in the time lapse, I ended up making the hill even smaller than I first started, but I'm worried it's still a bit too big for the area. I did a little bit of work over to the left to try to get it to blend in a little bit more. Blend into the terrain, I mean. But I'm gonna leave it here for now. Maybe I'll get used to the big change. Is there anything you think I should do to make it fit the environment a bit more? Let me know. I did the same thing on the stone bits that I did over by the mine. I incorporated different types of stone to look a little more visually interesting than just plain stone. So you can see there's cobblestone and andesite tied in there this time, instead of just leaving it plain stone. And then our tower is gonna start right here. So at last, let's get into it. Well, maybe we'll let the sun rise first. Okay, now let's get into it. Alright, there it is, our completed tower. I'm ashamed to say that it wasn't until this moment after completing it that it dawned on me I could have put a pointy witch's hat on the roof and it would have looked so good. I might need to come back to that one. Anyhow, time to sleep. The very last thing I need to do is make the enchanting table and place it down. Good thing I collected all that obsidian. Sorry about this, buddy. One book and one enchanting table. Perfect. Now let's take a look at the build. I wanted it to feel chaotic and a bit magical, so I included the hanging glass, and I imagined that it would almost act like wind chimes. So maybe we'd hear twinkling while climbing up the hill or up the staircase, up into the enchanting room. Overgrown and overflowing with books and botanical specimens, this is a magical workspace. This build has over 15 bookshelves, but many aren't accessible to the enchanting table itself. So you might ask, Ghost, what's the point in that? Well, I'll tell you. I don't get a very reliable or consistent form of XP on the island since mobs don't spawn, so I don't have a lot of options to get a lot of levels at once to get all the best enchants. I gotta be careful about what I'm spending, so I decided it would be okay to sacrifice some of these bookshelves and focus more on basic enchantments to start with. Alright, I'd say that'll be all for today. Thank you so much for joining me to build our mushy enchanting tower. Next episode, I think I'm going to focus on building up some infrastructure by decorating the space more, connecting all the individual builds to make them feel more connected, and hopefully bring some more life to the island. So make sure to stick around for that if you'd like to see the transformation. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Oh hey, I forgot to mention, a wandering trader came by while I was building the tower, and I got just a little bit of green dye. So that is awesome. I love the color green. It's gonna be perfect. See you next time. Bye.